We are going to talk about a Netflix TV show, Life After Death. He's a medium basically going out and he's connected to the afterlife, goes to meet other peoples and celebrities, etc. Read for them, and that means he connects with people who has passed away and they are in the other world. He makes that connection. Before that, I didn't really believe in life after death.
You always doubt it, yeah.
I used to be Muslim. I was believed about the hell, heaven, and stuff like that. But after that, when I was in my 20s, 27, I stopped believing until recently that I watched the show. So it makes me believe there might be something, because this guy actually tell people about stuff that there is no way that you can know about. It's so secret
Yeah.
between them. What do you think about that? Do you believe there is life after death?
I definitely believe life after death. I always believe in that.
Mm-hmm.
I think in our relationship, I was the only one who believed in ghosts and stuff like that. Because I personally had experience to see ghosts.
Okay.
So before, I remember I didn't believe in ghosts. I always heard from my mom or other people that we have a ghost. Every human, they have ghosts when they die and stuff like that. And I never believed in that. I was like, well, we can't see anything. I mean, I don't think so. It's just like what people think it's gonna be.
Oh, so when did you saw the ghost?
Well, when I think 15 years, I don't remember what age I was, but I think I was in maybe middle school. Me and my mom and my brother, we went with our family friends to for picnic, and we went to we called it garden, like it's a garden, but it was like pomegranate garden.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all pomegranate trees and also other trees, but the most trees were pomegranate. So it was a picnic. We were eating, and it was like sunset. It was around sunset time.
Happy hour.
Happy hour, yeah. So there was like I don't know, we call it in Farsi cheshme.
Fountain.
Yeah,
roughly.
like a little river. I don't know, something like that. And then it was a kind of like a lake, actually. So my one of our friends told my brother that go and take this. It was something like a bottle, and get some water. Because they wanted to wash something, wash.
Wash.
Wash the I don't know, pomegranate or something. So me and my brother and my mom, because it was getting dark and my brother was scared to go, so we all went together. And even though he didn't even believe in ghosts, so he went. It was like a bridge type of way. So he passed the bridge. We were standing the other side, but we were watching him. So he went down to get water.
Your brother went down?
Yeah, my brother went down to get the water, and we saw with.
So you went down with him, or
No,
you guys...
me and my mom, we were standing at the other side.
So there were steps to go down,
Yeah.
and he went down.
And he passed the bridge and he went the other side. We were like right across of him, but the other side. And not very far. We were watching him.
Okay.
So he went down to get water, and it's something like hand. Grab his hand.
You saw that.
Me and my mom, we saw it. Like, we literally saw it.
Okay.
And my brother passed. I mean, he
Passed out?
passed out. My brother passed out.
Right there?
Right there, because he saw it and we saw it. And we just ran to him. You know what I'm saying? And he was just like a corpse for hours. All of us. Imagine 3 people see the same thing.
That's weird.
And after that, I was like, you can't be human underwater.
Okay.
It was literally a hand.
I get goosebumps hearing about it.
You know what I'm saying? It was literally a hand. I was like, what type of human live? And people were watching. I was like, or it was like a snake or something. But it was hand. Like, 2 of us, we could literally confirm it.
Do you remember what was his experience?
He was like, I saw it was a hand grab my wrist, and it was pulling him, and we were like, damn, we saw the same thing,
Damn.
like three of us. And but I don't know what happened. It's just
So
like,
you saw a hand, or was it like a shadow or something that you could say it was like a
it
human
was like,
figure, or was it like a ghost?
no, it was like, I don't know.
Sort of like a transparent.
Yeah, but it was hand. Like whatever it was, I can like right now tell you like what exactly color was, but it was a hand, and it was grabbing it, like grab his wrist, and we literally saw it. I was like, damn, what was that? So, and we were just like seeing around, like, what was it?
Yeah.
It couldn't be underwater.
I mean,
There was no other way.
especially these type of stories happens in those kind of areas, like ancient places, like
And it literally came out of water. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it came out of
actually
water.
I heard a couple of stories about that around fountains, some places that are like that. I mean, it's just weird.
And to be honest, like water was like clear. You can't see. Like if it was something underwater, like I don't know, like any whatever, it was like a clear water. You could have see if something there. Nothing was like all these like stones, like little stones and stuff like that. Because it was not like a river, but
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what's the word in English.
I mean, I remember you told me about it, and since I wasn't believing this stuff, I was like,
and you were like, no, you guys were just like
I know.
scared because it
My
was like,
point of view was that it's just your brains, because you are already in that state of mind that this place is creepy. You might see something and you end up seeing something, because I believe our brain is very powerful to create stuff out of nothing. That's what I believed. So when you told me about that, I was like, it's one of those situations. But I mean, it's kind of weird that three of you saw the same thing.
well, my experiences after that, it wasn't my first one and last one. After that, we
Yeah,
experienced stuff
you
like
had
that. I don't know
couple
if
other-
that was a ghost that was hunting us or whatever, but to the point, we were experiencing other stuff after that we had to call like priests to come our home
I
and just
know.
like literally do whatever they're doing in the home, like they clean it, you know.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about it is everything that I saw, like at least 2-3 times, like it was another person that we were experiencing the same thing together. Like,
So there were witnesses.
yeah, we were seeing like the same thing, you know, and same stuff. So it could have been just me, like it was just my mom experienced it and my brother.
Yeah.
Like
About the other one, you told me that the blinders go up and down, and something got out of the room, and it was you and your mother, basically.
yeah, I mean, my brother,
That one was different. That was the
that was
talisman.
that was
was a-
different than ghost, but
That was
it
a
was
cursed
like
thing.
voodoo,
you
you know.
stuff. Yeah.
I think it's a right word to
I think it was voodoo stuff. Yeah.
like somebody voodooed my brother.
But even though whoever did that voodoo, it was about the ghost, harnessing the power of the ghost in that
It was some
object.
sort of power.
Yeah.
Because I remember
whatever
it was
it was
attached to a
yeah,
piece
it was trapped in that piece of, what was it?
It was a piece of aluminium.
Mm-hmm.
And well, first of all, my brother is very sweet, very caring person.
Mm-hmm.
And how we noticed his behavior was totally changed. Like he was hating us. He was yelling at my mom. Like, you know, in our culture is like, no, you respect your mother, whatever. You
No
know,
matter what, yeah.
even they like slap your face, you don't come back and say anything. He was very respectful, very nice, and he started to like hitting us. And we were like, what's going on? Why his behavior is like
you're
that,
right.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
So somebody told my mom, maybe the girl that he's dating, so she wants to get married to my brother, and my brother was like, I'm very young, I'm still going
I don't want to get married.
Yeah. So
But he was
she was
Following
trying she
her.
was trying to
Yeah.
make him to
obey her.
obey her and just detach from her family.
Yeah.
You know, for some reason, I
Mhm.
have no idea. I think in high school
Yeah.
that time, and somebody told my mom that maybe she
Cursed.
cursed your
Son.
son or voodoo her. But my mom, she's like very, my mom, she's like very modern thinking. It was like, no, there's not such a thing. Like, I don't think so. Like, I don't think she goes to that extent doing stuff like that. And they were like, well, that's a possibility. Just thinking about it. And then my mom, she told me that. I was like, you know what? It could be that. I mean, and
What did you guys do? How did
Well,
you found out?
I told my mom, that was my opinion. I told my mom, you know what? Let's go. If she do something to him, there is no other way that if she put something in our home or for him, whatever, because
Was she coming and going to your apartment?
that was the only place she was going to our home, that was it. We searched the car, we couldn't find anything, and I told my mom, you know what, let's go just search his room, maybe we find something there. So me and my mom, when my brother was out.
Oh, so you guys didn't hire anybody looking
No.
for that?
Well, the woman
voodoo.
who told my mom, she told her that look for an object.
Oh, so somebody
Somebody
actually told
her,
you.
because we didn't have no idea
Yeah.
how it works. Look for an
Was that
object,
person,
or if something's missing from your home. You know what I'm saying? That's what they told my mom.
Yeah.
My mom was like, I don't think this is that. And I told my mom, maybe that's a possibility. We never know. So we start to searching his room. Like every inch, we just like looking everywhere. So my mom, she find the piece of aluminum, very weird place. And she always clean and like everywhere. She was like, I don't think that's supposed to be there. What is this? So me and my mom, we were alone at home, and she started to opening it. She opened it.
Oh, it's an aluminum wrap.
Yeah, like not aluminum, like foil.
Okay.
Not the foil. A little bit thicker.
Okay.
Whatever. So you could just bend it or not. And she started to open it, and we opened it. It was like a shape of, the kids, they draw like a human. It was like a shape of the human with hand, feet, and it was like a head, and it was like something like a scratch on it.
Literally.
I
didn't know that.
We opened it. Yeah, I told you that.
You did?
Yeah. So we opened it. I was like, my mom was like, what the heck is this? And all of a sudden, when the feet she opened, roll it out, our curtain, what is it, curtain, it went like somebody put his hand under it. It went up and come down to the ground.
Wow.
Like somebody pulled the curtain. And you have no idea, like cartoons, somebody's running, how they run. Me and my mom were like a millisecond, we were out of the home. Both of us, because his door, his room, the door was opening through kitchen, and we could see it was a curtain in the kitchen. So it went all the way up and just came down.
That's crazy.
It was so fucking scary. It was so scary.
So was it like this is the second time you experienced something like that?
That was the second time.
And the one,
I think it was the second. I don't remember.
The one in the fountain was before that.
It was before that.
So do you remember how old? I mean, this is about your brother got. Do they call it cursed? It's a curse.
Cursed, voodoo, whatever. I don't know what they call it.
Basically, you guys broke the seal.
Yeah, we opened it. We saw it, and we went out and we went to one of our family member home. We couldn't come back to home that night. We couldn't sleep there.
Just one night?
Yeah.
What did you do after?
Well, we went there, and that family member or my mom's friend actually, that she told my mom about the possibility of that. And we told her what happened. She said, there you go. I told you guys it could be something like that. We were so shocked and we couldn't even talk. Me and my mom, we were looking at each other. We were like, what the heck we just saw? What was that?
It's creepy.
That was so creepy. And yeah, all of that.
I mean, yeah, I still remember hearing that. I was still in denial. But imagine if that, whatever that was, got into your body. I mean, you guys didn't think it all the way through what might happen.
It
Because,
possessed,
I mean,
I don't know.
Because I mean, if it was like a demon or something that you see in the movies, it might possess you or something, some other objects in the house, you know.
Hmm. Well, let me tell you something. Like my brother, well, first of all, that woman that my mom's friend, she said you have to take that object to someone to
Purify it.
purify or do something with it, so this curse gonna
Cancel
break the
the
curse
curse,
or
yeah.
whatever, you know. So my mom was like, I have no idea, I don't know anybody, I'm not a religious person, I don't know, whatever. So she said, bring it to me, I know someone. So
Okay.
I don't know what they did. I was so scared, I didn't want to know anything about it. After that, I was like, don't talk about this with me. I can't, because I was getting so anxious, I couldn't even stay at home like 10 minutes alone.
Wow.
So and then my mom give it to her, or I don't know what, they break the curse or whatever. And funny thing, my brother was like instantly
Healed.
like his
remember, yeah.
behavior changed and he was
Changed.
like himself.
I remember you saying that, and
I was like, damn.
that's, I mean, that is really extraordinary. Something like that happens, and you like, you see it, but you don't want to believe it.
Yeah, I wasn't even believing ghosts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even though I grew up with the family that both side they have religion, my
Yeah.
mom's and my dad's, they all believing life after death and stuff like that. But I was like, well, I'm not sure, you know, because who sees like ghosts? I heard like all of these stories that, you know, girls, they get together, they were trying to scare each other, all of those, but I never believed in it till like during my middle what is it, during my اینجا رو کات می‌کنی نه؟
What?
During my high school age, like between 12 or
Teenage.
maybe 14, yeah, teenage years, and that was it. So since then I believe in ghosts and stuff, and I was trying to tell you these things are real. You were like,
mean,
I don't think so. You
yeah.
were so scared, you were so.
You told me a couple of other experiences as well. So, does that mean you are sort of a medium?
Well, that's funny because I always had a good intuition about the stuff. Like sometimes I predicted that, oh, you know what? I feel like something's happening or somebody's dying in the family.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my mom, and
Oh,
sure enough,
yeah.
like couple days later, we heard like, oh, someone's passed away. And I was like, there you go. How did I even know it?
You could have been someone like Tyler if you actually,
No, I don't think it's my, like, I'm like
You
him,
might have
but I have
something,
something probably.
but not as powerful.
Like when
to
my
make a
father
connection.
passed away, like day before, I had a feeling that something is horribly wrong and I'm gonna hear like bad news.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my friend, I was like, I don't know, I feel so bad, like I feel like something's hit me, like he says sometimes something's hit him.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm just waiting for a bad news.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, you just got anxious. And next day you told me that my brother couldn't tell me about my father. And next day you told me that my dad passed away. I was like, how did I even know that?
Exactly. I mean, I think after watching this show, it really shows that humans have some sort of energy and they are
Connection, yeah.
connected with others, especially they are their family. So when something like that happen, you feel the loss of connection, basically. So something disconnected.
Yeah. I don't know if their soul is coming to you when they passed away. They just like try to tell you, hey, I am kind of make connection with you. That's why you have like those feelings. And you know, if you remember, he said when he was kid, he predicted that his grandmother passed away.
Yeah.
You know, I had the same feeling. And then I think sure enough, his grandmother passed
Yeah.
away. And also he didn't know what these feelings are, so he
Yeah.
tried to kind of practice and make it like, oh, what is I'm hearing, like what is this feeling? So he actually put time to it and practice, you know.
Yeah, in some instances he actually predicted the future,
Future,
which is
yeah.
really weird, and that actually happened.
Yeah.
I mean, this, and one case he was talking.
Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen this show. Yeah.
Well, we're not talking about the specific stuff, but in one case he was talking about he was talking to a client, and he connected the grandma with the client, and grandma said stay away from the heat, but
Yeah, it was
Tyler
like-
couldn't translate that into like what is this about, do you guys have any idea what she's talking about? They couldn't figure it out, but they were actually talking about future,
I
because
think it was next day.
it was 18 hours after that session.
And
Their
the
store
temple got
yeah,
in fire.
got if
On fire.
yeah, burned down and stuff like that. So the grandma actually was trying to tell them about the future,
About the danger
which
that's
is
coming.
really weird. That you, when you think about, is it like a fourth dimension, or is it like a parallel universe?
Yeah,
the
when you
other
die,
side,
you go there, and you is still able to see this
or
side.
are we living in the past or something?
I'm confused.
Because that's what's weird about it, how they know what's coming up.
Yeah.
I think because that makes more sense, because when you die, you might get that apple that everybody talking about, which is knowledge, right? So you know everything.
Wait, there was a episode that he met with his teacher from high school, I guess. So I think he got connected with her mother, and I don't know what happened. Is not really specific how she treated her in her life when she was alive, but I think she told him that I owe her apology. I wasn't good enough. I didn't know then, but I know now. Like, you still, like, I don't know, for some reason that is like you still gaining knowledge, like what is the meaning of life, what's going on.
The
You know what
person
I'm
on the
saying?
other side.
The other side, she was like, I want to apologize. I owe her apology because I didn't know then,
Yeah.
but now I know.
So
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I mean,
It's kind of scary to me.
in
when I
other
think about it.
related to that, what you said, another let's call him ghost. She died when she was 5, and
Yeah.
when they connected them with the parents, she said, I'm not 5 anymore. I'm 15, exact age that she was supposed to be getting her driver license.
Yeah.
She was saying, I'm 15 now,
Yeah.
which shows, I mean, they don't
And she
stop.
was emphasized on this that I'm not old. Old as I was. Like, I'm the same age that I died.
Yeah.
It seems like she was telling her mom that I'm grown right now.
Yeah.
I'm not 5 or 6. I don't know what age she passed away.
And she mentioned about the conversation they had in the house, which, I mean, Tyler wasn't there to communicate, and she heard it, and she told Tyler, 1 2 3 1 2 3, testing again. and she told Tyler about that. They mentioned, I'm going to, if I was alive, it was the age that I was get my driver license, and that was a conversation that she heard basically. So that means those ghosts or consciousness that they pass away, they still around us and they hear us.
Dude, I just want to ask you, do you think ghosts are like Casper, the cartoon? The shape that they have, or you think it's a consciousness?
That's what I'm
Out
wondering,
there.
because at first I was watching the show, I thought it's about their consciousness. They're like, I mean, they're sort
Something.
of looking like a light or something. But he was mentioning there's a couple of people here, and some of them talking about this. So you can identify them as different person.
Do you think he literally hear them, or he just interpret, like he just like translate their symbols that they showing?
I mean, I wish he could have explained in some sort that what he actually seen, but there wasn't any episode that
Or he just hear?
he
I
would
don't know, what is it?
explain. I mean, when he's scratching and stuff, he's connected and he's like, this individual is showing me something, but I don't think it's like I'm
Like, is he
actually.
visually seeing them, right? Like,
That's what I'm saying. He's not seeing them
so what is it? How can?
because
Well,
because there's nothing there to see. I mean,
maybe he's able to see
it's
it.
in his brain. Maybe his brain creates something visually for them, but your eyes doesn't actually
But
see
I'm
them.
sure he hears stuff,
In
like
other,
a whisper or something.
Yeah,
Because he said, like,
hear.
in one of the episode, he said, I'm hearing keychain.
Yeah, he's hearing.
Yeah.
He sees stuff that they show them, even their memories. He was like talking about, oh, they show me some ducks. I woke up, I saw some ducks. What is this about?
Mm-hmm.
It was the memory of that ghost. You
Yeah.
know, I mean that's
it's,
very
it's
weird.
it's not weird. I mean, it's interesting that
It is
I'm really
interesting.
happy to see this show. To be honest, like,
It changed my view.
yeah, I'm really happy, and I
definitely.
appreciate what he doing, because he gives like peace to those people who lost their loved one,
Yeah.
a lot. And at the same time, in you questioning your belief, like you're just like, oh, what is it actually? I'm like, I like to be able to talk to my father who passed away. Like, literally, I want to know, what is the other side. Is it emptiness? What is it? Because I was actually, before we start the podcast, I was reading about all of the religion, like Jewish, Christianity, Islam, and Baha'i, whatever. I didn't get chance to go to Buddhism and all of that, but everyone believe in some sort of way that, for example, Baha'is, they believe when you die, there's no resurrection in the day of judgment.
The Baha'is believe that.
Yeah.
There is no resurrection.
Yeah, if I'm wrong, just correct me, those Baha'i out there. But yeah, they're just like, believe that when you die, your soul goes to God, and there's no resurrection, like a physical resurrection, resurrection that Christianity and some Judaism. I mean, I can't talk about all of them because there is like different beliefs.
So in Christianity, they believe in actual physical resurrection.
Yeah. So
Okay.
when the day of judgment coming, we know that we, that's what I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I read. Like, there is a resurrection, like a physical resurrection, when the day of judgment and stuff like that. So that time you go to, I don't know, heaven or hell, whatever. So
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day, yes. And there is but Baha'is believe that when you die, your soul goes to realm.
Ah, that's what I'm saying.
You
I think it's a realm.
Like, there is some sort of place. So after you die, you go there. And I don't know, that's your soul stays there to the day of judgment, and then you kind of, someone question you after, what did you did when you were alive or stuff. Well, different religion, they have like different believe on that, you know. But I'm just want to know, like, he connecting to where, like these people, like these ghosts are in a realm.
That's what I'm thinking.
Where
I
are
think
they?
that's the realm. Welcome to our
Podcast with our
Podcast
fucked up English.
with fucked up English. Yes.
It's a good practice. I like it.
Yeah, let's call it limbo. I think they are in limbo because he's experiencing multiple people from different places. So that's a limbo, I believe. And they are still don't know the judgment, what's going to happen in the judgment day, that they're going to go heaven or hell, if it really exists.
So they get judged by their books, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, what if somebody's died before all of these prophets? What happened to them?
So it doesn't matter if you believed in anything. You still go to that world because
I'm waiting
they
to
don't
get
judge you.
judged.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think they judge you by your religion. It's
By your
the same
how
for
good of a
everybody.
human you were.
yeah,
Probably.
how good of a human. I don't know if that's the metric for judgment.
I have no idea.
The question is about that limbo world. We don't know, still don't know any. Yeah, we have no idea about the hell or heaven.
I just want to know where he connected. Like, he ever asked those ghosts or those people who passed away, where are you? Like, where does it look like around you?
Well, he might have, but it definitely wasn't covered in this show. So you might have to find him on YouTube or stuff like that to see if he talked about that. But in this show, they didn't include anything about that world, and it was primarily to just doing the reading and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it was eye-opening for me because I never had an experience like you had with ghost or voodoo stuff like that.
wait for
So I mean, for me, it made me believe that there might be actually something, especially when I saw another Netflix documentary about the mushrooms.
Okay.
So in that one, it says that everything after we die, the mushrooms grow out of you. I mean, if you, so that creates a connection. It's a neurological connection
Mm-hmm.
with anything else in the planet Earth. So the trees actually know if they seed drop down and grow another tree on some other places,
Mm-hmm.
the tree actually through this connection knows where their child is, and they
Like the seed that is grow out of them.
Yeah.
where-
yeah
Like
that
child.
it was what's talked about on that show, that
Interesting.
there's actually a network going on. That's what I'm saying. Maybe we are.
Oh, you're right. Because some of them, they were saying planted tree.
Oh yeah, you're right. So that's actually made me believe. So those ghosts tell their people, the plague is not enough for me. I need you to plant a tree for my memory.
So
A
they
couple
get
of them
connected-
asked
so
about
they connected
that.
to the tree? That's weird.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's network, whatever that is, we might be part of that as well, including any other animals, any other plant, any other tree.
Yeah.
So it's like we are part of a network. So he taps into that, whatever, through energy, through waves, that his brain is capable of doing. It's like a wireless router, or that can receive those signals.
I'm
But
just
we are
wondering
not-
when we're going to find this out. Till the day we die?
We don't have those capabilities. So I mean, we might end up having an invention that can get those signals if they research on people like Tyler to understand
Yeah.
what is actually happening in their brain when they do the reading.
Yeah.
Maybe a machine or a device can replicate the same thing,
Like how they connected to the other
and we are
wall.
able to that might solve the
Because
problem with
he
time
can't.
travel.
There is no other way that you say he just like make up stuff.
Oh,
Because
oh yeah,
literally he
it
was,
checks out.
yeah, he was like capable of saying like very personal stuff
Mhm.
that like those people, they were saying there is no way you would know.
Anybody could know
Yeah,
besides
there is
us.
no way, you know. I know he's a celebrity medium that he goes like, good for him, you know, but he's like very capable, you know. Even he went to the other medium in a what was it, Newport Beach? No,
Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach. He went there, and so she was reading him, and she was very on point and detailed. You know, she was like, "Oh, before you come here, I see stuff," and you know,
Hmm.
it's very interesting that I just want to see like somebody go and like do some experiment with their permission on like what's happening in their brain, like how they just like do it.
Yeah.
Why not other people are capable of doing like get connected to the other side? I mean, I knew from when I was a child. There's some stuff I can't tell you. I mean, I told you, but I'm not willing to share. But like my mom, she was very wondering like how I have this capability, you know, like seeing or remembering stuff from a age that nobody can remember, like the conversations, you know what I'm saying? Like she was like, that's weird, like how do you have this feeling and all of a sudden can come true, you know? I don't know what's happening in their brain that they are capable of talking to the other side, you know? Or it's because of their practice. When they just find out, they start practicing, or meditation, I don't know. Somehow just train themselves to listen to that.
When they are kids, they say they experience some minor stuff here and there. They see something, but they don't know what it's about, and they don't talk about it because if they talk about it, they sound crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So when they get in the teenage years, they grown a little bit and they talk about it, and they like, Mom, I see stuff, I experience stuff, and that's when it gets serious. So I mean, if I was one of them, one of these mediums, I would give permission to understand what is actually happening in my body, because I mean, he was doing one of the live shows and it was really mentally draining for him.
What do you
Because-
think is that? Like,
What?
is he seeing a lot of ghosts or hearing a lot of voices, so that's why it makes him
Yeah,
anxious? Like,
yeah.
what is it? Why he gets so anxious when
mean, he
he
said
read
there-
like a room, like a
There's couple of entities that coming and going, so it's probably lots of pressure on his brain or body in some cases that makes him like collapse and get anxious and stuff like that.
Do you think he always tell the truth?
I don't think he always, but he says he tell it as it comes in. But I mean, if it was like, oh, I don't know, Mom, are you proud of me? Maybe she says, no, I don't. I'm not proud of what you're doing right now.
But he doesn't.
I don't think he will say that.
Yeah,
He would
I think.
try to.
Yeah, he don't want to be
sugar-
mean.
He would try to sugarcoat it for the person who is living, that they can relieve from that pain or whatever, and they can live their life without anything stopping them.
Okay, if I was medium and somebody, for example, to tell me, oh, ask whatever person that they are happy with me, and the ghost says no, I'm not, I would definitely tell the truth, because I don't take a chance that ghost
Well-
become my enemy. Like they just like hunt you.
Well, I mean,
You know
that
what I'm
ghost is
saying?
one of their relative, and he sees them as friendly or whatnot.
Like,
So-
you know, what if that ghost is not happy that you lied?
Well, I mean, that
You know what I'm
actually brought another question for me. Maybe it's only one ghost that has all the knowledge,
Oh, right. I never thought about that.
And
Maybe it's just
just
one
playing with him.
connected.
He's like, because whatever he says, he translates to the real world.
Well, no, he says a couple people coming.
I know, but that might be the same ghost can multiply and stuff like that.
No, I don't think so. I don't like
I
you.
mean, that might be the case too. It could be evil, or actually a good thing, or is actually the people that passed away.
Okay, I talked to one of my friend about this show. I was like, you gotta watch this show. This is so cool. And me and her, we always talk about like superstitious stuff, and I don't know, a ghosty thing. Actually, she told me that she used to go to a medium, and that guy that she's met before told her a lot of things. So
The guy was the medium.
yeah, so she was going to a guy he was medium, and he said a lot of things, you know. And she said after our session with the guy, when I come home, I have a very bad feeling. It feels like somebody's watching me, you know.
So she went to the guy because of that problem.
No, she went
after that.
Well, she went to ask him what's going on in her future, like, or her mother wants to like talk about her past, like if he can get connected to a ghost or whatever from her past. He was able to read her mother very well, and she was like so shocked. She said he told me stuff that I never, nobody could have known. And even my friends, she said, I didn't know. It was something from my mother's childhood, you know. So he said all of those stuff, and she said every time that I go talk to this guy, when I come to the medium, when I come home, I feel like somebody's following me, like those people that he sees, they following me. But we have this feeling for couple weeks. So that
might be true.
Yeah, so she stopped going to him.
Yeah.
And now recently she wanted to go back one more time. She told me to go to this guy, and I was so scared to do it. For some reason, I was like, you know what? I do not want to know about my future,
I don't
my
need
past,
more ghosts in my life.
Or I don't want to know whoever passed away from my family to talk to me, you know?
Exactly. I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, I just don't.
I wouldn't go to these mediums because some stuff that I'd rather not know.
Yeah, but I want to talk to Taylor. For some reason, I trust him.
Yeah.
You know? Taylor. Yeah.
Tyler.
I'm sorry if I say his name wrong. So anyway, she said I always feel like something coming home with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you always have that feeling that somebody's watching you.
So she said because some of these medium, they have demon.
Yeah. Doing it for them.
Yeah, doing it, all of this stuff for that person.
That's what I heard in the past, but it might not be the case.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Maybe they actually have that power to connect that to that individual person. But yeah, I heard some stories that they actually has a demon that finds this stuff for them. They harness that demon technically. They don't work for nobody, you know, but they have some power like voodoo.
What do you have to give to that demon?
You don't give them anything.
But maybe your health?
No.
Wait a minute, because this guy that she was going to...
They might be the voodoo, what they call?
Sorry. اینجا کات کن.
کات میکنم اینا رو. Conversation ادامه بده. What they call the voodoo? The person who's doing the voodoo?
Voodooer? What do you mean? I don't understand.
So the person who's doing the voodoo has the power to capture one of these ghosts to work for him. So it's not like a transaction. Oh, I pay you this.
I'm not sure if it's a right word as a voodoo, because I think voodoo is like some sort of a tradition that they were practicing in ancient time. I think in Africa. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's the right word for it is voodoo or whatever they want to possess, you know.
Well, I mean, I think it's voodoo to do whatever. So, I mean, that's what I think. But, I mean, Tyler is different because I think, I mean, I couldn't be sure because he doesn't really explain what's happening.
Yeah, he just says I see it and I hear
They
it.
come and they go.
But I wish, like, for, I don't know, next TV show that he's making, like, he tried to, like, kind of explain what do you see actually. Have you ever, like, have a conversation with one of these ghosts that, where are you? How is it look like where you at?
Well, I mean, in
You know?
one episode, he actually mentioned that he was trying to sleep and he saw a shadow covering the window,
Oh.
and he actually talked to that shadow and said, "Who are you?" And I don't remember what he said.
I remember he said, like, it was like freezing cold at that
Yeah, it was
moment.
freezing cold, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go under my blanket, and please go."
Yeah.
So that means he actually sees,
Yeah, sometimes I think he sees.
but he was scared. So that means they might be demons too.
Well, think about it. If he's opening like a channel, like if you actually opening a way to communicate with the other side,
Some
you
other
know?
stuff might come in too.
Yeah, some of the stuff, like, literally coming, like all of these movies that we saw, like, oh,
Yeah.
we were looking for someone else and these demons came in, you know? It can be true. But one of my favorite, I just, it doesn't even relate it to this podcast, but one of my favorite movies was Constantine.
Hmm.
You know?
It's sort of like that.
He was like how he was catching the demons.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like sending them somewhere, like into the
But
hell.
he was actually going to hell or heaven.
Yeah. I think that's because it
But
comes
no.
from, like,
In the Constantine, he goes to limbo to save that girl, but he could go to hell or heaven, something like
it
that.
was sending the demons to the
Yeah,
to the
it's
hell.
actually related because he was trying to connect to the other world.
Yeah, that was my fucking favorite
That's-
movie of Keanu
That's
Reeves.
the legend movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Anyway, I mean, watching this show,
Have
I
you-
actually thinking about some other stuff, and before this, I couldn't care less if after I die, if I get cremated or they actually put me in the ground. But now I really want to put under the ground.
Yeah, me
Because
too.
I want to connect with that network so I don't lose it if I get cremated. I don't know if that's the case, but
You know, I
I
was
don't know.
watching.
But I think it's natural.
There is a guy in YouTube. I was watching some of his video. Initially I saw him on TikTok. His name is Satguru. So he said one of his conversation with these people that were famous podcasters. He said the one favor that you can do for this mother nature, that is when you passed away, just give your body, go back to the nature, to the ground or whatever. And I started thinking, because before that I was like, I don't care if they cremate me or whatever. But now I think, like, this is like nature, you know. Some stuff you have to respect it. Like, okay, they say you came from dust, you go back to dust, something like that. You know, it makes sense because
yeah.
it's
Now
good
it
for,
makes more sense
and
for me.
now after I saw this show, like, all of this information that you get from here and there, and just like start putting it together like a puzzle, you were like, it makes sense. Why that person says this? Why? And you know,
Something similar.
kind of
yeah.
they grow spiritually, and people get stuff and they talk about it. You know, you have to pay attention to it. So he was like, it's better to do that. And then you hear from these old people that who passed away, and they just tell
Plant
their
a
family,
tree,
plant a tree.
put me in the ground. Yeah.
I mean, you're there. What do you care? You know,
Yeah.
something we don't know. You know, it's so weird
So
that
maybe
when you
if-
get older,
If they're asking for a tree, that means they can go to that tree.
or it's just like an honor for them, tree, or they get rewarded.
But I mean, why tree
don't
then?
know. Why
Why
tree?
didn't they ask for like a
I don't know.
Barbie doll? That would be creepy. But
I know.
I think they can actually possess that tree and be in this world again or some
I don't know.
sort.
I don't want to say anything is stupid,
If
but
you-
have you ever
What?
hug a tree?
I was gonna get the same
Dude,
thing. Yeah.
when you hug a tree, you feel like it's alive, like it's breathing.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe all of these trees are there's somebody's conscious,
We tripping.
and when you hug them, you feel the life in them.
Like the other day we went to park, I was hugging a tree and my friend was like, what the heck are you doing? I was like, you have no idea.
feels good.
When I put my hand on the tree or in the ground,
Feels
or like
good.
yeah, in the dust, what is it called, in the dirt, when you put your hand in the dirt, you feel like connected to somewhere.
Even though if you take your shoes
maybe
off
it's me,
and put your
but
feet
I feel
on the
like
ground, yeah,
that.
yeah, you're right. Why is it feels good?
I don't know,
Because maybe
So
you're
weird.
getting connected
to
to
something.
life.
I think the energy it's coming
Yeah,
from
yeah.
these,
It's all
you
about
know?
energies. Yeah.
And it comes back. That's what I'm saying. Like when you get older, all of this information that you heard here and there, when you get older, they start to making sense a little bit, you know? Like I remember my grandmother used to tell me, like, when you passed away, you shouldn't be scared because all of your family
Mm-hmm.
comes visit you when you passed away. You know what I'm saying? So she was telling me that
All of your family who
who
passed
away already, they come visit you, you know, so
Yeah,
you're
in
not
some-
alone.
in one
And she
episode,
even
he
told
mentioned
me,
that, yeah.
my grandmother, she loved animals, you know. She told me all of your pets that passed away,
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
they even come
There was
visit
some
you. So
reference to the pets too.
yeah, and then in this show, one of his client was seeing pets,
Was connected to
which is
her
passed
pets
away,
who
yeah.
passed away. Yeah.
And I was like, damn, my grandmother was told me before she passed away all of this stuff, you
Yeah.
know? I was like,
That's actually.
first of all, how she did know that? Where
how did she know that?
probably from her mother or
Yeah.
because all of this information
Passed
somehow
from
humans
generations.
know, and they just pass to the next generation. And then now at age of 31, I see a TV show which is, it makes all sense for me. I'm just like, yeah, she said that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look,
Well, I mean, that's gives you hope because you're like
you're not alone.
who the people who die and they technically do the transition. They're not dead. They are with you, and he said you can still talk to them even when I'm not here to translate. You can still talk to them and communicate with them. If you put it out there, they will hear, but they cannot respond obviously. But you can have that communication, which is really nice. I mean, if you can talk to your pet, your parents, or whatever who passed away, that's really nice to know. You
Yeah.
know that is they're gone forever.
My one of my fear about dying, it was always about going somewhere that is dark
Mm.
and there is nobody there,
Mm.
you know. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, damn,
Alone.
like I'm alone and it's cold, like all of the things that you see, this is scary movies, you know. I'm just like, it's cold, it's dark, and it's nobody's there, you know. And it was, I always like fear about that. I was like, what if I pass away and it's just like nothingness and it's horrible, you know. And when I see, like, he says, oh, like that girl that was 5 years old and she was with the
She was still
grandparents.
growing, yeah.
Yeah,
And with the
grandparents.
grandparents who passed away, found him. I don't know.
Yeah, and he was like,
And
she's okay.
She was living
like,
with them basically.
Yeah. So I was like, but that's good. I have a lot of people who pass away, so they
Yeah.
can, I'm gonna be with
It
them.
feels actually good that you're not gonna be alone, and people who passed away in your family, they're gonna be there to take care of you.
Yeah.
And that's really nice to know, because I mean, before this show, I was really thinking about if I die, I'm dead. That's it.
Yeah, even though you grow up in a religious family, you're not really talking about life after death. You
Mhm.
just know, like, a person passed away. Not a lot of people go actually read the I don't know, Bible or Quran or whatever book out there to like really knows what that religion think about life after death. Or you might hear here and there, you know, you don't really talk about it. You're just like, oh, that person passed away. I mean, we wish I would be in a better place, you know. But now, like after this show, I actually started thinking about it, and I want to know like what other religion think about life after this. Like, I don't know what Greek, like old time before all of these prophets coming.
Yeah.
What's their opinion on life after death? You know.
Leave a comment about what you think happens after this. If you believe in afterlife, other world, what's happening. I want to hear about your thoughts. Leave a comment and let us know.
And let us know if you have like a spooky experience with the ghost.
If you have a
I'm
spooky
down to
experience
read
about
it.
the ghost as well, that would be interesting, because now I give them a second thought.
Do you
Because
like
it
to see
makes more
ghosts?
sense. No. I don't want to see. Because my ex-girlfriend had an experience with a ghost, and that was really scary. I mean, she was saying, I don't know where they were, but they actually connected with. Oh, they were doing this one of these games that reading the ghost and
Oh my
asking a
God.
ghost about stuff, and
You
The
didn't even
ghost.
believe her.
no, I didn't. I was still thinking that she's seeing stuff in her head. That was my belief, because I didn't believe in stuff.
But you were scared.
I was scared because it's scary, because you don't want them to be true. And they connected with the ghost, apparently, and the ghost said, "Do you want to see me?" Ghost asked them, "Do you want to see me?" They were freaked the fuck out. They were like, "No," because you don't know what you're gonna see.
What if they were saying yes? Dude, imagine you just appear
No.
in front of them.
I mean, that takes a lot of courage to say yes to that,
Oh my
because
God.
you might get scarred for life. I don't know what
No,
you're gonna
I mean,
see.
I can take away those images that we experienced and
Yeah,
saw.
I know.
Like literally, when I still thinking about it, I'm sure 100% that I'm not gonna sleep tonight very well, because
Mm.
I just remember what happened, you know.
Yeah.
But it's horrible. Like you feel like a very bad coldness in your body. Like it's like somebody, like you just get freezing cold.
So you get that same experience, the
you
cold.
just, yeah, you just feel like all of the blood is go out of your body. You just like when you see something like that,
Mhm.
it's like almost heart attack
Oh my god. Imagine somebody got murdered
in our complex.
in our apartment right down below us.
Yeah.
Imagine if she was like, "Hello, do you want to see me?"
I mean,
Oh my god, I don't want to say that because she might hear us, you know?
I feel so bad for her. Like
Yeah, that's
such
something.
a horrible experience for somebody who
Yeah.
in old age. How old she was? I don't know. Maybe she couldn't
60?
even walk very well.
She
She was
couldn't walk,
walking
60 something.
maybe more.
I don't know, but I mean, I'm assuming 60 something.
Yeah.
But yeah, she got not murdered because the case was what?
You read somewhere.
Yeah, the case was the husband killed him out of her request, because
What?
she was ready to go, so he did it for her.
She's not here to confirm that.
That's what we speculated, and that was the report, and it was a court report. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so. Nobody want to get murdered.
No, she was. I mean, if you think about it, she couldn't walk. She couldn't do anything. She might have been ready to go.
I don't agree with that. But what you think she's living in that apartment?
I mean, after watching the show, she might be still around, or she might go to her family and still be there. But I mean, maybe when they say don't call somebody by name, the person who passed away, maybe they're right, because she might come.
Okay, I know we're gonna finish this podcast, but I want to say something.
What?
You know, couple like different cultures, they put their the picture of the people who passed away,
Yeah.
and they like offer food,
Mm-hmm.
and every day they say hi and appreciate, and they say they live around us.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not 100% sure, but I think Japanese do that.
Yeah.
Like they say, pay respect daily to people who passed away, and they have picture or
They
they
actually
offer
put
food.
food for them.
Yeah, I think I saw in one of these movies. Like, I'm not sure, 100% sure, is like for everyone or it's just like a group doing that. But think about it. That's so true. How they know that they around? How they knew that their family members is around them to.
Well, I mean, that's the
protect
thing.
them.
It passed generation after generation, so they they are hopeful that it's true, or they actually believe it. So
Interesting.
better be safe than sorry, right? So, I mean, it definitely opened my eyes. I mean, if I pass away, I'm gonna be around. So
Find you.
you better put some food for me.
Yeah, I would put the picture. I mean, if I
I mean,
passed away,
in
I would
some-
find you forever.
In some sense, you don't want them to be around because you might be want to move on with your life, and you
Like, imagine we
imagine
have,
I'm there all the time looking at you like this.
yeah, when you have sex and your dad is looking at you,
Exactly.
that's horrible.
I mean, yeah, it might be a bless or a curse.
I know.
At
Do you
the
think
same
when
time.
we have sex, they look at us? That would be creepy.
I mean, if they're actually conscious, they might look away, or they go somewhere.
Or they just like get some pizza and they just watch.
I mean, if that's the creepy part, they might do that. Or even
I don't want to know that.
not just them. It could be anybody in the
Free
other
porn.
side. Live.
live porn.
I think definitely it's a really interesting idea. It opened my eyes personally to see things differently and basically believe in the afterlife, and knowing that if this world is over, I might transfer a transition to another world and be another conscious. I might come back as another animal or a tree or something like that, but that's really interesting to me that we want to talk about.
To me, I always believe in ghosts and life after death, but now I'm just like more mindful, and I want to actually talk daily with people who were important to me, and just like talking to them because I know they around and they hear us, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm upset with something, if I'm appreciate what they've done for me, I'm just like to openly say it, and kind of, even though they can't talk to me, but I want to have like conversation, appreciate them.
Yes.
But if you have this in your culture, which is some cultures they do, it's a very nice thing, and I think you should doing it more.
Yeah.
If you're not really practicing it.
So one more time, we want to hear about your experiences. If you have any ghost stories, or if you believe in life after death, what do you think regarding your religion, your beliefs? Let us know in the comment section, and we're gonna read it. Maybe we can share something with that in the next podcast. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.